We'll let your video play through once here. All right, so if we notice and watch how we kind of have hunched over as we're lifting this leg up right here in this position, your shoulders are right above your hips. But as you raise your leg, we can see our shoulders starting to hunch over your waist towards the camera. See that hunch right there? Also, look how tight and tense your face is. You're already holding your breath. You're already putting your body in stress. And this should be no stress to lift the leg. We need to be relaxed. We need to be breathing. You're not breathing at all. You're just holding your breath. Face is just getting more and more tense. The body's hunching over. It's hunching over. It's hunching over. And now you're not moving. Your leg's going out, but your body's not going anywhere. As soon as our leg starts to come up, it's about this position. We got to start getting these hips to start going. We got to create momentum towards our target. We got to start getting away from where we started. But we can see that your body just stays right here in this spot this entire time. And your body still hasn't gone anywhere. All you've done is just put your front foot out in front of you a little bit and gotten your hips to be in front of you. But you haven't moved your body at all. And now your foot is inches from the ground. So we are essentially just now going to step and throw. We're not pitching anymore. We're just throwing. We're just stepping to the target. Arms are getting completely separated like across. We never want to have our arms completely straight like this. One, your glove is going to be already on the outside of your body, which means it's taking energy away from the target out towards first base. And now as you go to throw, we see now how your elbow is going to have to go up to get yourself loaded into your scap. We don't want this arm to be going up like this. It's going to be very I don't want to say uncomfortable, but for the body to be making this shoulder rotate through this shoulder capsule, this elbow up here is not going to be ideal. As we can see, like I said, this glove now is already way outside your body. And you're using that glove to help bring this arm through. And now we can see how the elbow went up. It's way up here. Now it's going down. Then it's got to go back up. So this path right here is not the greatest. It's a lot of stress to go through to get this arm out in front. Okay. So let's back this up some more. Understand from like about this distance right here, we don't want this hand going any further back towards second base. Okay. We got to start loading this elbow and getting this elbow to scap load. But we can see it's just like a hand on the clock. It's just going up in time. Going up, and now it can't go up no more. So now what's going to happen? The elbow's going to go up. Now the elbow goes up. And now the elbow's got to have to come down. But we're not going to keep going down because we got to throw. So now it's got to stop going down and come back up again. And this is less than ideal. Okay. So let's take this back again and stop focusing on the throwing arm and just focus on the glove arm and the glove path. And we see because your elbows just get fully extended and your arms become straight, there's no way you can control this glove now without continuing the path you've already created and started. It's just throwing it out towards first base. And now, because our arm is in such a funky position, and also we haven't talked about it yet, we will, because the lower body's not doing anything, this glove has to do something to help create some power for you because you're not creating any of it on your own, and your throwing arm's not getting in a position that's going to help create and accelerate power. So everything's got to be reliant on this glove, and that's why this glove just keeps swinging, 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 and now dropping, 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 dropping to try to help this arm get going and get out in front. So now let's focus and shift our attention to the lower body. All right, so again, we said at the leg lift, we can see your hips are just not going anywhere. They're here. Your waist is here. Now you're just putting that leg out in front of you. And now you're reaching it out in front of you, reaching it out in front of you. Now that front leg has reached so far, now it's starting to pull your body forward. You're getting pulled forward. You need to be driving out and forward. All right? When you hit, you don't take that front leg off the ground and reach it way out in front of you, and that's how your body shifts weight from one leg to the other. You're shifting that weight by driving through that back leg. It's the same thing when you throw the baseball. You got to drive off that back leg. We can see here that all you're doing is just reaching with that front leg, and now the only thing that's happening in that back leg is a little bit of that knees rotating. Just a little rotation, but now our foot's in the ground. We are in front foot strike. Once this foot gets in the ground, whatever drive our back leg has done, driving us away from this rubber, and whatever rotation our hips have gone in from our foot, knee, and back hip rotating and driving is the power that will be sent up to our upper body. We can see that your belt buckle is facing us, meaning your hips have done absolutely nothing. Your lower body has done nothing to create power and drive or rotation to your target. We're going to see now, because of that, also we can see where your glove's at this position of foot strike, where your elbow is at this position in foot strike, where your hand is at this position in foot strike. And if we take a different picture, okay, boom. His front foot just now got into front foot strike. We can look and see his belt buckle is facing the catcher. His glove is finishing into his chest, and his arm is ready to throw the baseball. His back foot is driving away from the rubber through his big toe. His shin is getting directed towards home plate. The front of his kneecap is facing home plate. His femur, bone from the knee to the hips or the pelvis, is going in a direction towards the target, and his hips are rotated towards the target. This femur towards the target, this kneecap at the target, this shin is going at the target, heel to toe to the target. We look at yours, your foot has done nothing. Your kneecap is here still, and your back hip has not rotated. Your belt buckle is straight towards us. This front foot is slightly closed. This knee is slightly tilted inwards. And we will now see as you continue how your front knee is buckling outwards. See that buckle outwards? That's how you're landing with that hip, knee, and foot closed, which is preventing you from having that leg in a position that allows the back hip, knee, and foot to come through without it having to adjust. Okay, and that's why when we land, this needs to be straight to the target. So when he throws, there's no rotation in it. It's just his body coming through. His body coming through. Body coming through. We look at yours and it's from foot strike. That how much rotation his lower body has to still go through and where your arm is at while it's doing that. It's just not a good spot to be in, and your arm is going through incredible stress to throw the baseball based on how your body is moving. So if we look at how the lower half needs to be moving to get yourself going, to be able to get your lower body in a position when you get into front foot strike, that's going to help some things a little bit, is seeing how CC's lower body rotates and drives his entire body down the mound. Notice that he's not hunched over like you are. He's tall. He's tall this entire time. Never hunching over. Going right to the target. All right. He's gone, led the hip as long as he can, keeping his weight back as long as he can. Now he can't keep that weight back no more while that momentum goes out, so he's got to start driving the backside away from the rubber and rotating it while the front leg rotates and gets opened so that when he lands, look at that backside. Watch this backside leg here. Watch how that knee begins to rotate and drive inwards towards the target, moving his body down the mound more. And now here comes the back foot's going to start to activate, and now this leg is going to start to open up and get ready for foot strike. Boom. Foot strike. He comes through with the throw. Okay. Back knee drives inwards. Back foot drives through the big toe. Drives through the big toe. Front leg gets in a position so that at foot strike, belt buckle's coming through to the catcher. Upper body's ready to throw the ball, staying closed, upper lower half separation so that when it's time to throw, mostly upper half is coming through. Okay. Play yours. We can see none of that backside doing anything. We just land on the ground and foot strike. Elbow is in a funky, bad position. Glove side's in a terrible position. Hips haven't done anything. And now we have that funkiness in the throw, which is making me cringe while I watch it in slow motion. All right, so a lot to work on with this arm path, like I'm saying, where we can't have it be working like a clock, where it's coming out and around like this. Okay, it's just getting us into a bad position. All right, so let's watch Grinky here. His arm path. See the difference? Which leads to this. You go from here to here to here. If we look at ball falls out of the glove, and then the elbow works its way into scap load. Ball falls out of the glove, elbow gets into scap load. Ball falls out of the glove, elbow gets it into scap load. Ball falls out of the glove, elbow gets it into scap load. Ball falls out of glove, elbow gets it into scap load. Ball's going to fall out of the glove. Elbows get it into scap load. Ball's going to fall out of the glove. Elbow gets it into scap load. All right, so a lot of different things we got to clean up here in this delivery if we're going to be able to have a healthy arm for an entire high school season, summer ball season, fall ball season come next year.